Please subscribe.
On the off chance that you were expecting a challenging new Audi A6, well, you haven't generally been focusing. Audi's styling approach starting late has been as moderate as Austria, and similarly likewise with late overhauls of everything from the TT to the A8, this new model is more like its ancestor than various. Indeed, this medium-length connection of car frankfurter has some new wrinkles and lumps on its bumpers, however its advancement is as unsurprising as a Swiss timepiece. A pinch here and a tuck there and you have an auto that, in spite of its new MLB Evo stage imparted to the A7 and the A8, is inside a large portion of an inch of the old model in each measurement. Not since the first T8 over 10 years back has Ingolstadt made any really intense moves, and at any rate, the place to do as such is definitely not a model whose prime statistic is German financiers. American investors, or only Americans with bank, will be clients, which is the reason Audi is propelling the highest point of the line V6 fueled A6 first. This is the equivalent 3.0-liter power plant from the new A7 and A8, making 335 pull and 369 pounds-to-foot of torque on account of a solitary turbocharger settled in the barrel valley in a hot V setup. A belt-alternator-starter framework with a 48-volt battery underneath the storage compartment floor empowers the motor's stop-begin framework, and also allowing a mileage-enhancing drifting capacity that is overlooked from U.S. showcase autos. As in the A7, the sole transmission will be Audi's 7-speed double grasp programmed, which sends capacity to each of the four wheels utilizing the most recent form of Audi's Quattro Ultra all-wheel drive framework that electronically separates the driveshaft under light loads for enhanced proficiency. Effectiveness, be that as it may, is more significant for lesser A6 models, similar to the unavoidable rendition with Volkswagen's corporate turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4 in the engine. This one, the V6, is for individuals who get a kick out of the chance to flex their correct lower legs. The motor is the most energizing thing about the new auto, as it taught to be, giving quick push on account of a torque band that is to a greater degree level line once you split the throttle. It's anxious to rev all through its power band, and the double grasp gearbox snaps off movements like a drummer playing rim shots. The turbo motor may come up short on a portion of the character of the supercharged V6 it replaces, especially in the A6, where the fumes sound is totally covered, however it disgraces the old motor in power and adaptability. We can't state the equivalent for the new auto's suspension. While we'll hold judgment until the point that we can really drive a U.S.-spec A6 on American streets, our concise involvement with an European auto in Portugal uncovered a to some degree hardened ride in a similar kind of light and overboosted directing feel endemic to Audis. All A6 models utilize a multi-link suspension front and back. An auto sold in the US will have steel springs and electronically versatile dampers, with a discretionary game suspension that brings down the auto by 0.8 inch. Audi's well-known Drive Select framework fluctuates stun valving, controlling reaction, and transmission move focuses through 5 settings: efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. None of them enhanced guiding input, which was negligible, despite the fact that our test auto was wearing superior summer elastic on 20-inch wheels as opposed to the 18 or 19-inch all-season tires we hope to see as standard on US models. Europeans will have the capacity to arrange an A6 with air springs and four-wheel guiding, yet Americans craving that equipment should venture up to the pending S6. The genuine fascination for most A6 purchasers likely will be an alternate kind of equipment, to be specific the new infotainment framework that has upset the inside. While Audi's virtual cockpit advanced check bunch is never again so bleeding edge, you can get a similar thing in a $25,000 Volkswagen Jetta. It is showing up in the A6, close by the new touchscreen MMI framework presented in the new A8. The touchscreen replaces about each hard catch and handle, and the old MMI setup had many of them, with 2 haptic criticism touchscreens. We discovered touchscreen execution was great, however not flawless, in spite of the fact that with a little practice we expect we would be advised to get the hang of setting off our finger presses. The 8.6-inch spring-down screen shows the back controls or changes to a Goliath form of the touchy composition cushion Audi presented years prior. The 10.1-inch upper screen houses the majority of alternate capacities, for example, root and sound, and it is reconfigurable in a large number of ways, including the especially helpful customization of the 5-tile sidebar on the left half of the screen. Up to 7 drivers can steer separate profiles of inclinations and settings. The framework is perfect with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, in spite of the fact that we needed to reboot our Android telephone to constrain it to associate, and the reflected presentation on the Audi's screen showed up pixelated, plainly second-rate compared to the designs of the Auto's work in framework. MI likewise enables proprietors to program easy routes to radio stations, route goals, or telephone contacts, that then again show up on the lower screen. In general, the framework is natural and noteworthy, however its menus can run profound. What's more, Audi denies changing most settings while the Auto is in movement, including those of the sound framework, which is the main glaring blemish we could discover in our concise test. Fortunately, the volume handle has endured. Along these lines, as well, has the A6 is generally of normal state of inside complete, with wooden beds and smooth cowhide satisfying the new Auto's extravagance guarantee. The dashboard configuration may take some becoming acclimated to, as the substantial breadths of piano dark plastic and metal look trim that outline the touchscreens leave from Audi's ordinary moderation. Keep in mind, this is an organization that utilizes nav screens that withdraw into the dashboards of a few models. As Audi presently can't seem to prepare its U.S. showcase arrangement in front of the A6's appearance this fall, we're left to guess about which highlights from Europe advertise Autos we'll see here, from driver help frameworks to remote self-stopping to the constantly on the web route framework that utilizes cloud information to educate the Auto. That goes for estimating, as well. Despite the last determination, the A6's new bones, both those in the engine and under the dash, are amazing, regardless of whether you may need to stop the old Auto close by it to perceive its new skin.